How's it going, everyone? My name is Chris Alaimo, here with my good friend Dave Jaeger. We're here starting off episode 1 of Mo Sports, Less Problems. I get it. Let's just get right into it then.
Jump on in.
So Dave, what made you become a soccer fan, or more particularly a Manchester United fan?
That's right. It was funny. My dad actually came. Did I ever tell you a story?
I've never heard this story.
My dad came home. He was visiting. I think it wasn't even Manchester. It was London, and then he brings home a United jersey, and that's it. That's pretty much it. And then so I figured, I think I was only 7, so I was a soccer fan then, and then we never got it here on TV. So once NBC's picked it up, and they started showing games. I started watching United again in 11, 12. It was the year after Van Persie joined, and we won the league.
2012, 2013?
2012 probably when I joined it. So I picked back up, but yeah, it was all because my dad got me a jersey.
That's sweet.
And I still can fit into it, which is weird. And because I don't know, I think it was an extra large, but yeah, I can still fit into the jersey. So.
Was it no name or name on the back?
No name. It was they had such nice kits. It's like the red, it had Vodafone on it.
And those are the classic kits.
Yeah, and it had the black stripes going across, but now you got these nice ones, so I'll take it.
Stealing a line from Twitter. When you see that Vodafone jersey, who's the player you think of? Beckham? Alright, that's a good pick.
It's either that or Ronaldo.
Yeah.
I don't know. They were so in their prime.
Yeah. So, did you play soccer growing up?
Yeah, rec. I
think we all started there.
Yeah, I played on the Shooting Stars. We never won a game.
No way.
Yeah, we were neon green and we never won a game.
Oh my gosh.
Do you remember it was the Tigers? They always ran the league.
You're a year older than me, so I was in the U8s while you're in the U9s. No, but I played rec as well. Started at 5. I was on the Devil Rays. Our first year, we didn't win a freaking game. The only goal we scored was on ourselves. We swarm ball.
Yeah.
It lands. It was in our defensive half, and someone just kicks the ball, goes in the back of the net. We start celebrating. We're 5 years old, and they're like, my coach is like, "Good job, guys!
Yeah.
But you scored on yourselves."
Wrong net.
Wrong net.
I was on the Shooting Stars, and that should have been a giveaway. That it was not a very good team.
We were on the Devil Rays, and like I said, our first year we didn't win a game, and then after that we got progressively better. We went a couple of years, we went undefeated and stuff like that. It was always us and the Wolves going at it, basically.
Why do these people cool ass names?
Yeah, you're the Shooting Star. We had Devil Rays, the Gators, the Wolves, the Panthers. Unrelated to our high school mascot, but yeah. So I guess that's how you got into it.
Yeah, it was after rec that I wanted to play in high school, but never did. And then it was after college.
Yeah,
that's when I started playing.
I played K through 8.
I think everybody did.
Yeah, and then for some reason, as you know, I picked swimming. I was between swimming and soccer. I swam and played soccer my whole life. Unfortunately, I made the wrong choice, in my opinion. Yep. I mean, I made some lifelong friends from swimming, but definitely should have stuck with soccer.
Yeah, soccer. I think it was too competitive when we were in school.
Yeah, I didn't do any travel.
But then again, now that you look back and they let anybody in high school teams. Yeah, I totally could have done it.
Yeah,
probably for the best though.
Yeah, so. As you can see, I'm a Tottenham fan. Won't hold that against you, and also the AC Milan flag. So I mean, I've always loved soccer at 5, but growing up, I actually hated watching sports. It's pretty funny. My family just not really watched sports. The only thing I would watch with my mom was Mets games, because she Brooklyn Dodgers fan back in the day, and then when they moved to LA, then my grandfather was became a Mets fan. That trickled down to my mom and to me. But growing up, we never watched football or soccer or anything. But yeah, kind of similar to what you were saying. I actually went on a talent exchange when I was 16. I went over there, and they're like, "Oh, what's your team?" And I was 16. I went over to Italy to live with an exchange student, and I was like, "I don't really have one." And the one girl I was with, she's like, "Oh, you should be a Roma fan." And so jokingly, I was like, the girl's cute, so I'm like, "Yeah, definitely."
Yeah, I'm a big Roma fan. I love Roma.
Totti, yeah, love that guy. Yeah. That's the only player I knew. But then actually looking into it...
Don't ask me anybody else.
Don't ask me anyone else. But yeah, it was the Italian chick too. It wasn't even an American chick. And it's like, yeah, big Roma fan. No idea. But anyway, I eventually looked into it and I was like, oh, AC Milan. They had Zlatan at the time. They had Thiago Silva. They had Pato, Robinho.
They had a really good team.
And they were filthy.
What was it? It was a couple of years ago. I feel like that they totally fell out. They had nobody on their team.
So what happened?
And the whole Italian league was just kind of
So
garbage.
In 2011, AC Milan kind of got into financial trouble that they were, as a business, they were spending more money than they were making. So in turn, they sold Thiago Silva and Zlatan.
Is that when they went to PSG?
They went to PSG together, and they got 73 million, I think. Don't quote me on the number. I mean, this is back in 2010 or 11. You can look this up right now. But basically, they sold them away to get money to recoup, and they basically broke even that year. And then instead of signing new players to replace, two great players, they basically pulled up players from the reserve squads, and we've just never been the same ever since. And then we've had, the Chinese billionaire took over the club, and we're still in financial turmoil, or I don't know the whole logistics of it. But obviously, being Americans, trying to watch the Italian league is very difficult. It used to be owned by, not BN Sports, but my parents used to have a certain cable package that I would get Serie A games. But then, basically, what happened was...
By the way, he only went to... I think he went to
it was a combined number.
33?
And Thiago Silva, it was a combined 73 million or something. So, don't quote me, I guess, on the numbers for that.
But still.
But yeah, so basically, Serie A was very difficult to follow, probably around the 2010, 2011 time frame. So I've always been an AC Milan fan. It's actually my background on my phone, and then when you open up my screen, it's a Tottenham Hotspurs logo. But what really got me into it was, basically, I was trying to pick a team in 2011, 2012 when NBC bought the rights.
Right.
I didn't want to pick United and be a front runner, and didn't want to pick Chelsea and be a front runner.
I always feel bad because people are like, oh, who do you support? I'm like, United. And they're like, of course you support United. And it's like, listen, I had a reason beforehand. It's not...
Yeah. No, it makes sense. And I mean, so I wanted to pick a team, didn't want to pick Chelsea, United,
right.
Didn't want to pick City for that Arab money.
That oil money.
So I ended up picking Tottenham because they had Clint Dempsey on the team at the time and Brad Friedel. So two Americans. And then, I mean, obviously, I saw them with Van der Vaart, Gareth Bale, Aaron Lennon, going back and then to the current team. the current team. Yeah, he's currently facing potential that 12 matches suspended for a 12-match ban for flipping off.
I hope that he realizes that Spain is not the move anymore.
Yeah.
And he comes back to the Premier League. I think United would probably go in for him just because he's such a big name. And then
they're probably one of the only teams that could afford him besides City.
I don't think he'd go to City.
I don't think he'd go to Liverpool. I think Klopp's more building the youth up. I mean.
Yeah, it would have to be a top 6. Arsenal, I could see. Out of random... Actually, no. No, not if you... Never mind. I don't know. What's the... I feel like if you are from a London club, you don't go to another one.
Yeah. He wouldn't go to Chelsea.
But
I think United's
He's been over in Spain for how long? 6 years already?
6 years. He left in 2013. It's 2019.
Does that loyalty dissipate after... I don't think so. Not when from Tottenham.
Back in the day when, Ronaldo, Ronaldo played for AC Milan and Inter and played for Real Madrid and Barcelona, but those days are long gone.
No.
Yeah, so that's pretty much that. So I guess getting into your team, Manchester United. If you had one position you could improve, what position would it be?
There's so many.
All right, then just list them off.
So I don't know if I'd rather have a new right wing or a left back.
New left back?
Yeah.
You don't like the Luke Shaw move?
Or no, right back, sorry.
So getting rid of Valencia. Or Valencia,
Young is in there. I think he's good. He's been solid. Who did he bench? When he was on when Di Maria was on the team, he benched him because Young was so consistent.
Yeah, yes.
And then, I mean, after that, it's been problems in the defense, so he's been playing right back. And to be fair, he's been doing a really good job. But, I don't know. I like Dalo, so I don't think right back is really needed. Dalo and Shaw, that's the next 10 years.
You hope so.
I hope so.
Shaw's injuries. I mean, Shaw, I love him as a player.
I think that's my next jersey I'm going to get. Is a Shaw jersey.
Shaw jersey? All right, that's a solid pick. I just worry about him with the injuries. I mean, he's had, 2 horrendous ankle injuries?
His leg snapped in half.
Yeah, that was... we don't need to show that clip in this.
I don't think you can. It's that graphic. So I'd probably say right wing or a center back.
You definitely need center back.
I do not like Sanchez.
Being a Tottenham fan, I don't want you to get Toby Alderweireld.
I don't think we're going to move for him. I think we're going to go more towards...
Center backs are fine.
Who's the guy from Napoli? Koulibaly?
Koulibaly or whatever.
Something like that.
Something like that. The guy from Napoli center back.
He's
filthy.
filthy, but I think he just signed a new contract, and then the young guy from Ajax.
Delit.
Delit?
I'm horrible
Delight.
pronouncing, so this is
Delight.
funny that I'm doing a soccer podcast.
Delight.
Delit or whatever his name is. Yeah.
But I think he might be going to Barca.
He wants to go to Barca because De Jong just signed his contract there.
Right.
But yeah, I don't know if Barca wants to invest in a young 19-year-old, or he wouldn't get playing time that he would want. He'd still have to.
So it's weird. So we just offered, I think Smalling signed a contract. Jones just signed a contract.
Mata, I believe, signed one as well. Year extension.
Mata and Herrera they still need to sign, and De Gea.
De Gea signed, or was that?
No, he needs to sign.
Yeah.
I think he will, but I don't know. There's always that what if. But like our center backs they're all signing new contracts, which sucks because I mean, Lindelof has been really playing well.
I'd say this year last year
he's
was
improved
rough.
a lot. So like I would keep him. Bailly is good, but he
seems to be on the fold though.
He gets injured a lot, and he does some really risky shit.
Yeah.
Like, he'll bike it to, like, clear it from the 50 or something like that. So, I don't know. I'd probably say right wing.
Right wing.
Because Sanchez is just a dumpster fire. I hate him.
All right, so I guess that you kind of already got me to my next topic of player that you'd want to get rid of.
I hate him so much. It's...
Alexis Sanchez we're talking about here.
Yes. I thought Solskjaer was going to be, like, the key to unlocking him. It's not.
He's unlocked everyone but him.
And that's fine. But I just don't understand how he's not, like, adapted. It's been 2 seasons, right? 1.5, 2?
1.5. He signed in January.
Or something like that. But
I guess a year. It's been a year. He
but
signed
still,
last year.
like...
And I thought that was the move, too, when you, like, stole him away from City.
Me too. I think when he was brought over, I don't know, I think he's lost it. I think he's not a top 6 player anymore. Not after... bringing him on. He's getting appearances, but he always loses possession and he can't hold up the ball or anything like that.
I don't even think he's a top 50 player in the league. If you think of the top 6 teams, like, you want Alexis Sanchez or just go down Liverpool's roster, go down Tottenham's roster, go down Chelsea's roster? Like, would you rather him over X player?
Like, I can see him at Everton.
Yeah.
Doing
the West Ham.
Yeah, West Ham, Southampton.
No one wants to pick up his wages though. He's like the highest paid player right now, second highest paid. He's up there.
I think he's making like above 300.
350. I thought was weak.
I thought it was like 400.
Yeah, he's because Ozil's 350. So I don't even know.
He's not that great either.
Yeah, he's out.
That's why Arsenal's 6th.
So yeah, I guess for me for Tottenham, player that position I want to improve. We have a pretty solid team. I'd want another center defensive mid.
They're so impressive. Like the fact that they didn't make any signings this summer.
Oh yeah.
And
or this January.
Who's out? Kane,
Dele Alli. Right now, Rose, Davies.
I was actually surprised you beat
Dyer.
Dortmund.
Dyer's out.
I didn't even realize that.
Who else is out? Yeah, it's basically those 5. So Dele, Kane, Dyer, Davies, Rose. I mean, we're just like injury like.
But you did well. You 3-0'd Dortmund, which was impressive.
For Tongan looking like the best left wing back in the world.
Was he playing left back?
He was playing left back. They played back 3 with Alderweireld, Sanchez, or Davidson Sanchez.
That's surprising because
Boyth got his first start too.
That's right.
The 21-year-old kid from Argentina.
Boyth. And your boy Llorente. Just
yeah.
Coming out of nowhere scoring.
Yeah, he was on the field for 2 or 3
what
minutes.
What a guy! He never plays. I think he has a good attitude. Like I haven't heard anything of him like trying to get out, and just comes on and scores when needed. That's fucking sweet.
I mean, he hasn't scored as much as I would have liked.
Because he doesn't play.
Yeah, well, he doesn't play, but he scored at least 3 goals in the last 5 or 6 games that he's played, which isn't bad for a player that's been.
Not for a super. Yeah, I wouldn't even call him a super sub.
Yeah, I mean he's 32, 33.
He's that old?
Yeah, he's up there in age.
I thought he was like 27.
No, he's older than that. He's in his 30s. Yeah, I'll get back in the frame here. I guess player that if I had to get rid of someone, man, I do like a lot of our team. If this was a year ago, I'd say Sissoko, but he has actually done really well this year.
He just doesn't do anything because is he defensive mid?
Center defensive mid, yeah. But also Wanyama was injured too. I don't know if he came in for that game actually, but yeah, he's been on the fringe. I guess a player that if I had to get rid of someone, and this is kind of surprising to say, is I guess Eric Dyer. Like in games that we win, it's like we beat Burnley or we beat like this team 4-0 Huddersfield or Burnley. But then when we go against the top 6 teams or top 6, and we go against United, he just like you don't
He doesn't
realize
show up.
he doesn't show up. And it's kind of, we need to get to the next level. So if I mean, I love where Harry Winks has progressed. Sissoko's done well, but I think if we really want to cement our team, we would love. Obviously, everyone's looking for the next N'Golo Kante, but like I would love like a Herrera, a Matic.
Herrera's been playing so well,
and even Dyer's just injuries have been just a big concern for me, just even this year. And like I said, he like fades in and out of big games, so that was kind of like something that if I would want to get rid of. I guess we could always deal with another striker, but it's hard to play backup to Harry Kane. And just a new center back, because right now we don't know with Alderweireld's potentially leaving. I do love Foyth and Sanchez, but they're very young.
Yeah.
And Vertonghen, he's a great pairing with anyone. But I just definitely think we need some help back at center back.
I think the summer is going to be big for a lot of clubs. I think City, I don't think they'll probably like sign some crazy signing because they have the money. Liverpool will probably bring in something to solidify the team, unfortunately. And then I hope United break the bank for a center back and a right wing, because I think we're in for Sancho, which is crazy because he's not on loan. He's at Dortmund.
He's at Dortmund. He was bought from, but City owned him, and there's a.
Right.
I was looking this up beforehand. There's a 15%.
There's like a clause on it, right?
There's a I think 70 million release clause on him, but also City, when they sold him to Dortmund, if they sell him to any English club, they get 15% of the profits. So
that sucks, but I think he's a right wing.
Yeah.
So that would be okay. I would want somebody a little bit more with more experience. Maybe not Sanchez experience, but
Christian Pulisic. So getting into news, Christian Pulisic going to Chelsea. I think from a business perspective from Chelsea, this is phenomenal. It's going to pull American fans. I mean, we're going to be walking around, the U.S. and you're just going to see just all these Pulisic Chelsea jerseys. Yeah. Personally, and I think they're going to make their money back before he even steps foot on the field in August. But for Pulisic and being a fan of the United States men's national team, I think this is very bad, because Chelsea just seem to be the team that buy players for absorbent amounts of money, or buy a player and then just loan them out, and just players go there and their career pretty much dies.
It'd be good if they loaned him back to Dortmund.
Yeah, no,
in which case would be a really good move, because then your parent club is in the Premier League, but I think he wants to stay in the Premier League. Like that was a huge move or factor for him staying or moving rather.
But I think he would be better fitted for Liverpool
for that reason.
He would be better at a Liverpool with Klopp, Pochettino for helping youth players. I would even say Arsenal with Unai Emery, because they just need support.
Well, Solskjaer plays youth too.
Yeah, Solskjaer as well. I guess I was thinking when Mourinho was there, I would say it was bad to go to United. But yeah, basically anyone in the top six. Man City, maybe not so much, because I don't think he would be able to break into their starting 11, because they're just so well.
If he would not start in front of Mahrez, who doesn't even get time.
Yeah.
But I think, I don't know, hopefully he proves himself, because that'd be huge for the men's national team.
Yeah.
Because there's been a lot of, like, that team is really young.
Yeah, I mean.
Right now. It's like in that weird phase where they have to get rid of, maybe not get rid of, but Dempsey's, he didn't retire, but he's on his way out, I'd imagine.
Yeah, I don't know if he officially retired, but yeah, he's on his way out. Bradley's older. But, I mean, it seems to be an influx of U.S. players going to Germany. The German league, the Bundesliga, seems to be pulling a lot of players. We got Josh Sargent at, Werder Bremen? We have Weston McKennie at Schalke. We have Pulisic at Dortmund on his way to Chelsea, obviously. But, and then who's, Bobby Woods is where? At Hamburg? Or
Hoffenheim? No, maybe it is Hamburg.
They just went down last season, so maybe he is at Hoffenheim. But anyway, it just seems that we have a lot of our youth players on.
That's fine. I mean, it's better than the MLS, unfortunately, because I hope that does get popular with getting new talent. Because I can see, like, the appeal of it. Like, if you're a young guy from England, I feel like the States are really good, like a good area to go.
Oh, yeah.
Because you don't have to worry about bills or anything like that. You're just living the dream, and I feel like it's nicer weather than England, because it's always raining there. If you go to Florida, that's pretty, or LA or anything like that.
Oh yeah,
or even New York too.
Atlanta's team. I mean, they just won.
Well, Atlanta is nuts. I hear their atmosphere is just crazy good.
Yeah, I got to. I had a friend who actually worked at the stadium. He worked for the Falcons and the Atlanta United FC.
Right, they share
a stadium. Their stadium's gorgeous. I mean, it's brand new. It was built in 2016.
Was it Mercedes-Benz Stadium?
The Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
Do they play on turf?
They do.
That sucks.
Yeah, it is what it is. Actually, yeah, they played on turf. They were setting up the field and it was turf.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean they have an awesome atmosphere. They fill up the stadium. It's like 70,000.
That's impressive.
71,000. They fill it up.
Is it every game?
Pretty much. I mean, for the most part.
That one guy is good. Martinez.
Joseph Martinez. And then who was the one kid that just went to Newcastle?
Alcaron or I forget his name,
Yeah.
but I know who you're talking about.
He just went to Newcastle from Atlanta United. But yeah,
It's good. It's finally. I think it's picking up traction. I think people are starting to recognize it. Like I was telling you the other day that I want to start getting more involved with the Red Bulls.
Red Bull fan, let's go Red Bulls. Shameless plug.
Yeah, right. Stadium is so close, and then why not support, your local team, because we don't have the opportunity to go to England every week to see the games.
I would love. This is what this is trying to lead to, David.
Oh shit!
I'm trying to hire you.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna take.
Come on, sponsor. Yeah, first one of the day.
Tottenham or United, if you guys are listening, we'll gladly take tickets to games.
I'll take the VIP.
Okay, so I guess we're getting into it. Top 6 predictions right now. Who do you think's stand up? Or not stand up. Top 6.
Top
Who would
six.
you six?
I think City's gonna win the league, unfortunately again. So I'll do it in order. So City, Liverpool, Tottenham, United, Chelsea, Arsenal.
I actually have the exact same top 6. I just think City's experience, Liverpool have started to falter a little bit, and especially after their loss to City, they seem like they can be shaken up.
Yeah,
And
we
then-
have them in a week.
Yeah,
We face Chelsea, and then it's Liverpool.
Tottenham has a very tough schedule in the end of the season. So in our last, 12 games of the season, we have to play Arsenal, City, Liverpool, and
You have
Chelsea.
you have like the hardest schedule. Right?
Yeah, we have the hardest.
That's at the end of the season.
That's it's
Or is
coming
that
up. Coming up.
Damn.
I
That's
think
tough.
the only team of those teams too is we play Arsenal at home, and then everywhere else we play Chelsea at Stamford Bridge, we play City at the Etihad, and we play Liverpool at Anfield. So that's going to
huge.
be a nightmare.
The one team that I want just to like drop is Chelsea need to drop points and Arsenal just need to drop as many points. I don't think we're gonna catch Tottenham.
Yeah.
Just because I don't know, you guys are so consistent. And I'm gonna bring up the table, but I feel like
Table right now.
I don't think we can catch you guys. Cause you have 60. We're 9 behind you guys. We're 9 points behind. It's not the craziest thing for it to happen, but I feel like it's just not going to. Unless
I mean,
know,
those
that's
four
a
games
tough
are
run of
tough.
games.
We have the hardest games remaining of the top 6.
So I don't know. I'd be stoked for third, but at this point, I just want Champions League. Speaking of which, oh my god, we got destroyed. Mbappe is so good.
Dude, I've been saying that he
is
not
so
saying like, oh, I knew
fast.
that he was going to be good, but I think he's the next Messi and Ronaldo. I know, everyone was saying Neymar's going to be the next guy, and Neymar's a fantastic talent, but I just think it's like Messi and Ronaldo like are here.
Right.
Neymar's like here, but like Mbappe's like the next, like who we're going to be watching in 5 to 10 years and being like, this guy has scored, millions of goals for PSG or Madrid or Barcelona. Like, he's the next.
He's gonna go. I think
star.
How long ago did he sign for PSG? Was that 1 or 2 seasons ago?
He a season ago, so he's halfway because he was on loan for a year, and then now he's permanent at PSG.
If he moved, and I feel like he will, the only move for him is going to be either replacing Suarez at Barca or just taking Benzema's place at Madrid.
Yeah. No.
But if he does, he stays there and easily becomes probably the best player in the world.
Yeah.
Which behind Messi is really difficult. But I think Ronaldo, even though he's probably, I don't know if he's doing that well in Juventus. He probably is, but not.
He is.
He's not getting the spotlight as much. I don't think, this is probably controversial, but I don't think Ronaldo makes my top 3.
Best players in the world right now.
Maybe he's definitely one of the best players in the world. But not somebody, if I were making a team, I wouldn't want.
It's because the age definitely plays a factor.
I would want Messi, Mbappe, maybe Neymar.
Neymar's so injury prone. I would go
I don't know. I just feel like something around. You see how fast he fucking was?
Yes.
Mbappe is a bullet.
Dude, he's quick.
Because after that Champions League game against United, Lindelof, he's a center back. Like, obviously they're going to lose that 1v1 race, but he smoked him.
He made
smoked
him
Shaw.
so much ground.
He smoked Young. Like, I don't know.
And you
Whenever
think
touch the ball,
PSG was playing injured? They were without Cavani.
Yeah.
They were out Neymar, and they still did that to United. Although I will say, I even tweeted about it, that their ref needs protection leaving Manchester. The game was so inconsistent. He pulled out so many cards so early on.
I was working and I was just like, is this another yellow card happening? Oh no, it's another yellow card. Yeah, he was happy with him.
And then even some fouls that he just called normal fouls, he gave a card for earlier in the game. So just the consistency of the calling.
But how are you gonna give Pogba another yellow when Young pretty much pushed Di Maria off the field?
I don't know.
Into a metal gate.
I think it was more shoulder to shoulder. It didn't look as bad when I
For
watched
sure,
it back
but
the second or third time. But yeah.
I mean, I'm happy about it. I could care less what happens to Di Maria, but I don't know. I think he was too card happy that game.
Definitely.
And we didn't get a lot of the calls that probably could have changed the game, but we didn't score either, so that doesn't help. I don't think we're moving through. That's okay, but
always next year. I guess you got to make it this year. That's the
one
part.
thing. But I think if we get Lukaku performing better, and we get a right wing, we'd have a pretty.
So the right wing would replace Sanchez, right? Because Martial's currently on the left.
He's left, yeah.
And then, so right now, do they play Lukaku and Rashford in tandem, or do they play just Rashford's normally starts
They
up top?
usually put
Lukaku?
Lingard.
Okay.
Lingard on the right, and then Mata is backup, and then Lukaku subs. But
yeah, no.
I don't know. Lukaku's good, but I haven't been crazy about him.
Mm-hmm.
It was a good move. It was a good signing, but I think Rashford starting is probably the best thing for the team because he's so young and he's doing well under Solskjaer. And I don't know. I hope Solskjaer gets the job.
Yeah.
I think it just.
I hope he gets.
I think
the
it's
job
fitting.
Too, so that way Pochettino doesn't lose.
I think it's a fitting story. Ferguson's a legend and he was there for so many seasons and knows what the club's about. And then Solskjaer played there, and then he understands the values of the club, and I think kind of projects that onto the players, which is needed for United. I think you go to Chelsea, you don't get that.
Yeah.
Or you go to Arsenal, and I mean they probably preach that you get fourth, right, every year, but it's not even been that.
I don't know. I think with kind of saying what you were saying, he kind of brings United full circle right now because he was under Sir Alex Ferguson for so long at United as a player, and now he knows what the values of the club are. It's like a family there. I've even heard stories that people of the club, the groundskeeping crew, or even some of the accountants or stuff like that, people that he's known since he was younger. I get not accountant
with the green visors, hello.
Well, they were calling him boss, and he's like, no, call me Ole. I'm not the boss. He's he always knew Sir Alex as boss. So he wants to be, I don't know, I think he has very much a family aspect, and he knows what the club's about. And, I mean, obviously he's, right now, you guys were 10 points behind fourth, and now you're in fourth, so he definitely knows how to get the results right now.
The thing that made me really mad was Mourinho saying, it's going to be a miracle if we get top four.
Yeah.
And that was giving him more games for, I think it was before the winter break and then going all the way to the end of the season. How many games is that? 20 maybe?
Right around that. It's probably the halfway point, so
17
19 games.
Something like
games.
that. It was going to be a real challenge, and then Solskjaer does it in 10.
Yeah.
10 games, and we're in fourth. So maybe that was a miracle, but I think Mourinho's tactics were just not right. And then personality conflicts, so that was the best move that we could have done, although we got a sweet paycheck.
Who?
Mourinho.
You got 19 mil?
Just to get, I wish if I get fired, I want 19 million. I'll be fine with that.
Here's a used chewing gum.
Just
an expired coupon and used chewing gum.
Here's a free donut from Dunkin'. Treat yourself on the way out.
Don't let the door hit you on the way out as well.
Pretty much. I would take 19 million, but
alright.
Yeah, I would take it.
Alright, we'll go with relegation candidates. Switching over from Champions League to that. I have the table pulled up so that way we can look. I'm going with Huddersfield is it's gloom and doom, unfortunately. I love David Wagner as their head coach, obviously.
He's American, right?
He's German.
Who's the guy that was American coach? Wasn't he Huddersfield before they sacked him?
No. I forget who it was. I mean, I think only Bradley was the last American coach to be in the league.
Anyway.
Huddersfield going down. I love Ranieri, but I can see Fulham going down, and I think Cardiff, because Southampton's currently in the relegation zone.
Yeah.
But I just think they just have more Premier League experience, and they're going to make it out.
Southampton somehow always...
I don't know if you want to look at the table and take
I do. I feel like Southampton always get out of it somehow. I always feel bad when they did go down that one year, because I do think they belong in the Premier League, but...
Any differences?
They bounced up pretty quickly. I would love to see Newcastle go down. I don't like them. So yeah, I'll say Huddersfield. They have to. I mean, look how far they have 11 points. Yeah, Huddersfield, Fulham, and then I would put my money on probably Cardiff or Newcastle. I don't know. I'd say Cardiff. I think who's the Newcastle manager? It's
Rafa Benitez.
Rafa Benitez. I think he has enough experience to weasel out of relegation, but
yeah.
Who's in the championship? Who's looking like they're gonna get promoted?
I can pull that up real quick.
Like I hope to God it's not Sunderland.
No.
I hate them ever since they fucked us and gave City the league.
Not Champions League, Championship.
I think. Why do I feel like Norwich?
I
heard we're doing well. I like Norwich. I don't know why, but I really like them.
We're looking at the table now. Norwich is currently winning, so that makes sense. Sheffield United are in the second spot into the Premier League. And then the playoff right now would between Leeds is in third, West Brom, Bristol, and Middlesbrough. Derby County and Nottingham Forest are... Derby County's tied in points with Middlesbrough, but have a worse goal differential.
I like Middlesbrough.
And Nottingham Forest are 5 points
Isn't Leeds
back.
like the one everybody hates, or is that Millwall?
I think they both hate them.
Yeah, go Norwich.
Go Norwich.
Go Norwich. I'm a big Norwich supporter now.
Big Norwich supporter.
Big fan.
All right, yeah. So we'll see if them coming up.
I remember watching those games. It was always against Norwich that Suarez would just absolutely murder them. Like he would score these craziest goals. Like look at the highlight. Like it's actually crazy. The games he had against them, and it was always fun to watch because they were just getting demolished. But go Norwich, big fan.
All right. So in other news, Aaron Ramsey's $400,000 a week. Gab Marcotti from ESPN FC was actually tweeting, or he wrote an article this week that I read that was actually very interesting. In Italy, they report wages as gross versus net. So in the Premier League, they say it's net. So meaning, you know, after taxes, this is how much the player makes.
Right.
Versus in Italy, they report gross, meaning, you know, this is what we're giving him, but that's not including the taxes.
That's not what he's making.
Yeah. So Gab Marcotti said if it was net, it would be only $250, where gross would be $400,000 a week. But still,
$250.
Yeah, and
that's still a lot though for him.
That's still a lot for him, and he's older. He's, I think.
I also read that
29.
The reason why they didn't give him those wages is because he came on a free.
Yeah, he was free, so there was no transfer fee budget.
So it makes sense. I like him as a player.
I do too.
The only reason I didn't like him was because he played for Arsenal.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I do like him as a player, even though he's an Arsenal player. I don't hold that against. I do hold that against.
But they're looking good now, though.
I like Emery, and there's some people are even saying, "Oh, Emery out." It's his first year there. He didn't get any signings in the summer. Or did he have signings this summer? Or was it
Lacazette?
No, Lacazette was last year. It was Aubameyang, I guess, was his summer signing. I don't think he didn't get to sign anyone in January, and I think this summer he needs to work on the defense, and he didn't get any reinforcements.
Well, it's not. It's like what Tottenham's doing. No, they're not giving him money to spend.
Yeah.
Like I think they told him he could spend 40,000 or 40 mil.
Yeah.
And like, what is that going to get you now? Nothing. Like an okay player, but nothing that's going to change your season. So, I don't care. I don't really care about Arsenal. They can suffer in sixth.
I mean, I love that, but I think he's a good manager. I think it's a little too early for them to jump ship.
But they knew this is going to be
after Wenger.
a rebuilding.
It's basically they're a few years behind United. Maybe not in terms of stature, but they had Wenger for what, 26 years?
Something like that.
23 years.
They had to expect that.
there's going to be growing pains.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, I guess we're getting to the final segment. So I'll pull up. We're going to do score predictions for match day 27. So for this week, City already played Everton. They won 2-0. And then Chelsea versus Brighton is postponed with Chelsea playing, I believe, in the EFL Cup. Or the FA Cup. Or playing you guys in the FA Cup.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got Fulham at West Ham. I want you to give me the prediction and then the score line. So basically say who's going to win, draw, and then the
West
score
Ham
line.
wins.
What's the score line?
2-0.
2-0 West Ham. Okay. I'm going to go with 2-0 West Ham as well. Cardiff City, Watford. Watford at Cardiff City.
Ooh. I want to go 1-1 draw.
I'm going to go 3-1 Watford.
Whoa, okay.
3-1 Watford is what I'm going with. We've got Tottenham at Burnley.
Tottenham take that. Against Burnley, they're pretty 4-1.
4-1.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going Tottenham as well, but I'm going to go 1-0 because it just seems that's the way people
Wait,
squeaking
is that at Wembley or?
No, it's at Turf.
I don't know. It doesn't matter. I'm still going with it. I think they're still going.
I'm going to go Tottenham.
They have those crazy wins where it'll be like, oh yeah, Tottenham just casually wins 6-1, and no one talks about it. But like we'd be watching a game and it'd just be like, where's this coming from?
This is actually going to be a really good match. Bournemouth, Wolves at Bournemouth. I love Eddie Howe as a manager. I don't know who you think is going to win this one though.
It was Bournemouth who? Wolves?
Wolves at Bournemouth.
0-0 draw.
I'm going to go Wolves 2-1.
AKA the Portugal B team.
Basically, pretty much
so
minus the B team. Basically, that's a perfect way to describe it. Newcastle Huddersfield at Newcastle.
Oh, I don't want to watch that game.
You don't have to.
Bottom of the table. Surprisingly, I feel like it's
only if you have ESPN Plus. Can you watch that game anyway?
I think it's probably gonna be like 2-1 Newcastle.
2-1. I'm gonna go Newcastle.
Actually, no. 1-0 Newcastle.
I'm gonna go Newcastle. I'm gonna go 3-1.
Okay.
Newcastle. Crystal Palace at Leicester City.
They stole Batshuayi. I like him.
Batshuayi?
Yeah. I wish. He's such a mercenary at this point.
Is he at?
Yeah.
He's at Leicester?
No, at Crystal Palace.
Is he?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
He was at Dortmund. He's been on Chelsea,
but that's Chelsea. That's why I don't like Chelsea. Because they have a great striker who I would easily play in front of Giroud.
Yeah. Any
day of the week, and I get why Giroud is useful, but I don't know. I really like Batshuayi, especially after how he played at Dortmund.
Mm-hmm.
Sucks that he's a mercenary, but is Leicester, Crystal Palace? Where are they playing?
At Leicester.
I'm gonna go a 2-2 draw.
2-2 draw?
Yeah, I think Batshuayi's gonna have a good game.
I'm gonna go Leicester 2-1 against Crystal Palace.
Leicester haven't been impressing me. I would take. Would you take Maguire?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
How much would you take him for?
How much would I take him for?
Yeah.
Something in the range of 60 or less. Any more than that,
that's probably what I would say is about right.
Arsenal Southampton.
Arsenal. 3-0.
I was actually going to say 3-0 as well. So Arsenal 3-0. And then to wrap it up, we got Man United Liverpool.
Oh my god. Where is it?
At Old Trafford.
So
Martial and Lingard are injured. So I was actually going to ask. That was actually one of my questions that I wanted to segue in. So with them being out, who McTominay is going to get a start? But who are you going to start pulling in?
Mata gets a start.
Yes.
Sanchez probably gets a start. Or we push Rashford out to the left.
And then have Lukaku up top.
And have Lukaku in. I've also heard that we're bringing up Dimitri Mitchell, I think is his name, and Tahith Chong.
Yes,
with the really long hair. I think they're gonna. I don't think they'll start, but they're on the bench. So I think our lineup is okay. Is it ideally? I would love to have Martial in. Thank God he signed a new contract. I really like him.
Yeah, if Mourinho stayed, I remember texting you being like, with Mourinho staying, you're gonna either lose Martial, Rashford, and De Gea,
and Pogba,
and potentially all of them. And obviously he left, and it seems the club is settled. And
I think Rashford would have stayed. I think he's going to be there for. I think be safe if he stays there for life. Kind of like what Kane is doing. I as much as I would like Kane, I don't think he's leaving, and I think that would make him kind of like your old kind of like standard English
Teddy Sheringham.
Like stays at a club, club legend kind of thing. I think everybody loves him at Tottenham.
We will gladly
He's the
keep
future
him.
of England. All right, so
Man United Liverpool at Old Trafford.
It's gonna be 1-0 somebody. I'm gonna say United, but it's either gonna be a really low scoring game or it's gonna be a blowout.
I think if the first goal comes early, the game's gonna open up.
It depends.
Or it's gonna be a defensive.
Well, I don't know. I mean, with Solskjaer in and knowing that rivalry, I think it's going to be so attacking, which is good as a fan. The defense, on the other hand, kind of worries me. But yeah, I think we're gonna squeak out a 1-0 win.
United 1-0 win.
Yeah.
I'm going Liverpool 3-1. I know that's
I hope you're wrong.
I
really hope
I
you're
personally hope I'm wrong as well to help Tottenham try and.
I won't be able to watch the game either, which is the worst part.
Mexico?
Yeah.
It's Sunday February 24th.
Yeah, I won't be here. I wonder if they'll play the game there.
Are you gonna be an hour behind in Mexico too?
I don't think so. I think it's gonna be Eastern, but possibly. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if Mexico's in the same time.
No,
well, it's at 9:05, so if you want to wake up at 8:05, if it's an hour behind. Yeah, that's pretty much all I got for our first podcast.
No, it's Eastern. So I'll be able.
Eastern?
Hopefully, I watch the game and see.
We'll keep each other up to date. All right, thanks guys for listening. We'll do this again. I don't know. I guess we'll do weekly podcasts. Weekly podcasts.
Hopefully,
that's what I'm gonna try and go.
Whatever the news sets us up for.
Whatever the news sets us up for. All right, thanks guys. Thanks for listening. Catch you later. A special shout out to my roommate Kyle for letting me borrow all his equipment for this. So big thanks to him. All right, catch you later, guys.